Welcome to the Makerspaces, Innovators, and Incubators podcast. I'm your host, Jim Fox. We're here at the ION, and we're about to learn about Common Desk. Our guests today are Wendy Melgar and Sophia Bonomi. They are members of the Common Desk management team. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Hi. Wendy, tell us your title and what you do here.
Sure, I am a community associate for Common Desk, and I do a little bit of many roles that we play. We have many hats that we wear here at the Common Desk, and one of the main things is actually engaging with our members and collaborating in any way or form of providing a nice space for them to work in this environment.
Okay, Sophia, how about you?
Yeah, so I'm the community manager, and that encompasses the same thing, wearing a lot of hats. I think something to add to that is at the end of the day, my job is to make sure this place is leased and occupied, but the goal is to still make sure that we're making people's days better.
So give people, either of you, whoever wants to jump in, the 30-second elevator pitch of what is Common Desk.
Sure. Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, I'll say that Common Desk is a flex co-working and office space. We offer several different kinds of memberships, from a shared membership that's catered towards entrepreneurs, startups, people working remotely, to offices from a 2-person to a 35-person suite for established companies and growing companies.
How convenient. We're here at the ION where all of those things are occurring. It's amazing, right? ION is the perfect place for that. Why is Common Desk, why is it perfect for that? How is Common Desk helping to contribute to the mission of ION?
Good question.
Well, I think that many of the members have really spoken on that element, and we take pride in what they say. We're like the heart of the ION, which is a sweet gesture for them to really acknowledge us in that sense. And I feel like the building really has cohesively, it's working towards an ecosystem that will eventually disperse in the community in the years to come. So in the next 10 years, we might see another replica of the ION elsewhere, District 2, and so on. So it's something that we, as a building and as a whole company, we're starting to really see the cohesiveness of memberships, collaborations, VC ventures. Engaging community is so important for the Houston community to flourish in that sense, fruition.
So the ION has been really only fully open for a few months, but it's certainly been in the works for a number of years. Did the ION seek you guys out, the Common Desk, or did Common Desk seek out the ION? How did that relationship get started?
That is a good question. Neither of us were around truly for that relationship, but we came about as partners with the ION. So I know the ION is looking for a co-working operator, and they stumbled upon Common Desk and realized that with our model of co-working and our hospitality approach, that we were, we're the best operators in the business, I will say. So we were chosen as the ION's operators, and it was a really, really big deal for Common Desk as a small little Texas company. And you wouldn't walk into a space like this thinking that, but we are honored to have been chosen.
So give the viewers a sense. I mean, I guess it's kind of the decades-old tradition of you get to work in the morning, you get in your car, you go to work, you go to the same building where all your coworkers are, you're all on the same mission, the same company. Mm-hmm. This is different. You're showing up with 50 other companies doing 50 different things. What is a typical workday like here for a person who rents space from you? How do they show up and they'll see a different story at work every day, right? How does that work?
Yeah, it really breaks out the element of traditional workspace, right? You have your traditional building, let's say, that's been there for like 10 years, and everyone knows a Mary, a Joelle, it's very constant. But when you break out that traditional space and you come into a remote, open with many other business entrepreneurs, it brings a different light. You get to meet a Joe who works for a construction site or something, or you meet Amy with some digital and a whole different branding of their own company, and then you see where the connection starts, and you're like, hey, you think that maybe we can collaborate and work into something, or even just kind of share stories with their own families and their journeys of how they're growing, in their business. So it really changes. It changes the atmosphere. It changes the way you show up at your job, and you come with this motivation of, I wanna continue picking my brain and see how I can be as motivated as this other one, another member that's actually making it happen.
Yeah, the Ion here is an exciting, it's inspiring, a hustling, bustling place. I mean, this is a podcast room, so probably the noise from the outside is not coming into the mics, or maybe not much, but there's kind of noise going on outside of just people doing their business. And all the different types of businesses are so different, so varied. But you're right, you walk down the hallway and you get inspired to connect the dots to make your business better, or to do that. It's really neat. It's hard to find that in a traditional workplace, because in a traditional workplace, everyone in the office is kind of already on the same team doing the same thing, so it's hard to get that outside inspiration. Sophia, what do you got to add to that? Is it anything?
Yeah, I will say that, the question of how are we changing the work dynamic is, it's also the fact that you have a team of us. Tiana is another one that works on our team, and the three of us are truly there to help all the companies. So if they have a question, or if they're like, hey, what does this company do? We know them. We know about 500 names of all of our members. Maybe not the whole 500, but I'll say a good 90% of them. So we add a different level of, connecting the companies to that maybe a traditional place wouldn't have.
Okay, and you mentioned a few minutes ago that this is a Texas-based company, but in January you guys were bought by WeWork. How has that collaboration worked or helped or benefited, changed things?
It's helped in a lot of ways,
Absolutely.
I will say.
Yes. I think that the leveraging the company, right, we're both equipped to help each other out. And that's the model, right? We're not only doing it internally, but we're also doing it in a bigger spectrum. So then with Nick coming on board with Sandeep's vision also, it made sense to align in this way. And so I believe that Common Desk may have the hospitality, the let's create a day that would be very inviting for members. And then we have Sandeep's, who is actually wanting to see what that's about, the partnerships that you have with your like the Ion. We're partnering with the Ion in creating this wonderful space where people get to know each other's name.
So we're here at the Ion to kind of celebrate the Ion, but you have 2 other Houston area locations, right?
We have 4.
4 more.
And
okay.
about to
I'm behind
have
the
2
times.
more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are those in the Houston area? Where are those?
So right now we're at the Ion. We have, the first one is at East Downtown location.
Okay.
That they just celebrated their 2-year anniversary, and then we have a Galleria location, and we have a West Chase in the Energy Corridor location.
Okay.
And next week we are opening up at Post HTX, the
Okay.
old post office downtown,
That's
which
a
is
neat
really
place.
exciting.
Yeah.
And then soon a spring location.
Awesome. And then beyond Houston, you've got Dallas, Austin, and even in the Carolinas, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
And soon some other places are in the works as well. So we're growing.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Very good. So a viewer out there watching this, and maybe they are about to start a business, or maybe there's just only a spark in their mind, but they may someday end up being a customer. How is that transition from, I don't have a business yet, or it's a small home-based business, maybe like what I've got actually, and then you go to having a workplace? How does that transition happen? Why is it good for a brand new small business? Why is that a good thing? How does it work?
Oh man.
Yeah, I think we're concierge for a lot of companies in that way, because people will come in with the same exact questions of like, what could I benefit from you? And that's why we have so many different memberships. So someone like you that is maybe just trying to dabble in the co-working world, you could pay $150 a month for a Common Pass membership and get to work here 8 days of the month. And that just includes open workspace, getting to meet people, using our monitors, our coffee, the collaboration, and then we have different memberships from there. So we cater our memberships to the needs of, what people are looking for their business. And they usually come in on a tour and they tell us what they're doing, and we tell them what they need.
So one example of that is this is a dedicated podcast room that is just here for people to come in and just do individual podcasts, and you can rent the room. You've also got private offices. You even got a deal set up where someone can have a mail-in address here, right?
Absolutely.
So what is a list of some of the different types of services and ways to make use of Common Desk?
Well, let me tell you one neat thing that I find that's part also with the Ion. We get to do a prototyping lab. You have an idea, right? You want to create a product, and you come and you say, hey guys, can we execute this? And so they are able to say, you know what, that's a great idea. We can start something up for you. and then they come to the common desk and they say, hey, listen, I'm starting this whole new business, and I'm going to be pitching my idea soon, and gravitating to everyone who's wanting to get into the business with me and find out who want to be investing in my business. And I need a place, I need an office, I need a start. And so we are able to equip them with that. And I find that so resourceful.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you find the other connections, the other components that make that business flourish. And I think that for us, I can speak with Tiana and Sophia, we're able to see them from their beginnings, and then kind of grow from there. And it's such a great, I guess, experience to be able to see them during that journey. So.
Yeah, it opens up collaboration in a way that a home-based business can't, because you're just at home. There's no other people nearby. But here you walk down the hall and you get inspiration from the next guy. If this were this is going to be a bad analogy, forgive me already. If this were a restaurant and you look at the menu, talk about the menu of services you guys have, and the costs and the different levels of ways to subscribe or buy or rent or however it works.
Yeah. Well, I guess if this was a menu, you would have a shared membership side, and then you would have an office side. So shared membership wise, we have a few co-working memberships. So Common Pass, like I said, $150 a month. That gives you 8 day passes a month.
Okay.
Then we have a shared membership, which is $299 a month, and that allows you to utilize the space every day of the month if you wanted to, and also gives you a allotted amount of conference room bookings. And then we do have Shared Plus. That works at most locations that have a lot of availability. Here we're pretty occupied, but that gives people that have a shared membership that want to work in a co-working space but have the availability to step into an office for a little more heads down time, that availability. So Common Pass, Shared Plus, and then we have Team Pass, which is for larger companies, but that gives you, if you had a team of 6, you could come in at different times. So co-working memberships, we have a lot, and then office memberships, that just ranges from a 2-person desk, like David is in, and up to, a larger suite, like a 35-person suite right now Schlumberger has. So it's a wide range from there.
I could see where just a small home-based business with one employee, but to want to have a business meeting and you do it in your living room doesn't have the exact same impact as having a real office. You could have a client and come and meet, and one meeting like that may very well pay the rent for the month, right? Because you could make the connection and make it a professional kind of a meeting environment. That would definitely be an advantage. How has COVID, the last couple of years of working from home and all the teleconferences and all the weirdness of all of that, how has that affected you? Has it actually helped? Has it hurt? How has that impacted Common Desk?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't here for that last year when we were transitioning over, right? But I would imagine because our spaces are so spread out, it wasn't really a challenge to really have members come in. From my understanding, in talking to different staff, they were able to do remote, but they were also able to spread out their members. And so that kind of opened up that flexibility of not having to stay home and feel like you're just confined to that one space, but that freedom of being able to.
And also here at the ION, unlike your home office, there's a restaurant downstairs, there's a brewery, there's a coffee shop, there's a pastry place.
A brewery? You just say, oh, we forgot to put that to the menu.
Yeah, that's on the menu.
Yeah, there you go.
And there's people that care.
Yeah.
There's people like us that truly are proud and want to follow the success of the companies here. And you don't get that at home. Maybe your mom, but you just have strangers that become your friends.
That's true. Tell the viewers how to learn more and how to get started to be a part of Common Desk.
Yeah, it's very simple. They just book a tour online, and then they say that they want to have that availability to come in and tour our spaces. If they can't make it, we can do it virtually. We're very flexible.
Okay. And the webpage to book it online is?
Oh, that's a great one.
www.thecommondesk.com.
I've been told that our producers will put it right there. They'll put it right on the
right
screen.
here?
Right there.
Wait, so if I point, it'll be right
there.
Great.
Thecommondesk.com, right? It's going to be right
Hit
there.
the like button for this guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for being a part of this show. Let me see if I can get the names right. Wendy Melgar.
Correct.
And Sophia Bonomi.
Correct.
They're
Good
both
job.
part of the Common Desk here at the ION. And you got a little cameo mention of David, our behind the scenes producer here. So thanks for
Yeah.
watching the Makers, Makerspaces, Innovators, and Incubators YouTube channel. See you next time. Let's wave.